So, look, let's put this kid on here first. I don't call him a kid. He's probably 26, 27 years old. I don't know. He's a young man, but he's smart. And before we got just a couple of minutes, and then we're going to bring Dennis on right after that. Why don't you play Judy Collins while you get a hold of him, all right? Why don't you play a little Judy Collins, and we'll come right back with Dennis Bernstein and Mike Michieli. Do we have it there? All right. I guess we're not going to play Judy Collins. Hi, everybody. I know Chuck and Bernadette are not going to eat the souvlaki. All right. We got just a couple of minutes. Mike is a Harvard student. I had him on one of my shows last week. They were along with the Shiptons and Daniel Ellsberg. Welcome, Mike Michieli. I think that's how I pronounce it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Okay, Mike, we got short time here because it's a fundraising day, but I want to congratulate you on that stellar direct action that you did out in front of the commencement speech by Merrick Garland. How did it go, by the way? I just said it was stellar, so obviously it went well.
Yeah, I think it went pretty well. There was a bunch of people there. This is probably the biggest in-person event of the year. There were thousands of people going in and out who undoubtedly saw us protesting and holding our signs, telling Merrick Garland to drop the charges against Julian Assange. We also handed out some information and some flyers about Assange and about WikiLeaks to the guests who were walking in. So I think we certainly got a lot of attention.
Oh, that's great. So it's really encouraging to see the youth out there, college students, finally jumping on board. One of the books we're offering is edited by Margaret Ratner Kunstler, who was one of the big organizers at Columbia, the anti-war demonstrations, the sit-ins and everything. And what do you foresee in terms of student activity in support of what is an existential threat to this democracy, as ersatz as it is? Even that is fading.
Well, when I talk to my classmates, I think as a result of the lack of coverage in the U.S. press and the U.S. media, not many people are familiar with the details of Julian Assange's case. Some people aren't even familiar with him at all. So I think that if we can build awareness with students, with young progressive people, there's certainly a lot of potential in terms of shifting public opinion and awareness about him. But first we have to, I guess, kind of break through the media blockade because there's been so little attention given to his case.
Well, you certainly are an encouraging individual and a shining light, shining example of what is possible here, and it gives me some hope here. Are you? What's the name of your organization that would be directly involved with the Assange movement?
Well, our event was co-organized by Boston area Assange Defense and also Massachusetts Peace Action, which is a good local anti-war organization.
Yes, well, that's great, and so if people want to get involved, in any future Assange activity with you, how would they do that?
Well, I guess
call Paula.
The national organization is, I guess, at AssangeDefense.org. We were at the Boston area, local Assange Defense organization. I'm sure there are other local chapters that people can get involved in as well.
Yes, that's great. But you plan to keep inventing ways to make the case heard. I would expect.
Yeah, we have to keep trying to find new ways to get our message out there. Merrick Garland, at his commencement speech that he gave, which I went back and watched the recording later, he used the word democracy 26 times. The entire speech's theme was supposedly a call to action about how our young generation can defend democracy. So I would encourage Merrick Garland to take his own advice and help defend democracy by stopping the prosecution of a journalist and a publisher.
Fantastic. Yes. And I think that's a great message. We'll have you back on soon, but we're really jammed today. I want to thank Mike Michieli, my Goomba, man. I'm Randy Credico here, 99.5 FM in New York City. We're going to come back with Dennis.